Hello everyone, I'm Aratrika Bhaumik and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts This Week on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country last week. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court of India and then move on to High Courts and other subordinate courts. If you like our content, then please do support us by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Let's begin. Supreme Court Judge Justice Bela Trivedi has recused from hearing the writ petition filed by Bilkis Bano challenging the premature release of the 11 convicts sentenced to life for gang rape and murder during the 2002 Gujarat riots. The writ petition was listed before a bench comprising Justices Ajay Rastogi and Bela M. Trivedi. When the matter was taken, Justice Rastogi informed Advocate Shobha Gupta, who is the petitioner's lawyer, about the recusal of Justice Trivedi. It is important to note that Justice Trivedi was deputed as the Law Secretary of the Government of Gujarat during the years 2004 to 2006. In the cases related to the rift in the Shiv Sena party, senior advocate Kapil Sibal, representing the Uddhav Thackeray group, has submitted before a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court of India that the matter needs to be referred to a 7-judge bench to consider the correctness of the 2016 judgment delivered by the Constitution Bench in the case of Nabam Rabia versus Deputy Speaker. In this particular case, a 5-judge bench had ruled that a speaker cannot initiate disqualification proceedings when a resolution seeking his removal is pending. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud has agreed to list the petitions challenging the abrogation of the special status of Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370 of the Constitution. The matter was mentioned before a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha. The CJI said during the hearing, and I quote here, "We will examine and give a date." Earlier, former Chief Justice of India U.U. Lalit had said that the petitions would certainly be listed after the Dussehra breaks. However, the petitions subsequently did not get listed. In an important development, the Supreme Court of India has issued notice on a special leave petition filed by Srinivas Kodali, an engineer from Hyderabad, alleging that the Election Commission of India has indulged in voter profiling by deploying an undisclosed software to link voter records to Aadhaar cards. A bench comprising CJI D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha orally remarked while issuing notice on the plea that it is an important issue. The Supreme Court of India has issued notice in the petition filed by a same-sex couple seeking legal recognition of their marriage in India. The petitioners in this case, an Indian national and a citizen of the United States of America, married and registered their marriage in the USA in 2014 and now seek to register their marriage under the Foreign Marriage Act of 1969. This matter was listed before a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha. The Indian Army has informed the Supreme Court of India that Special Selection Board for the women officers in the Army will be commencing from 9th January next year, when cases of approximately 246 women officers will be heard. This information was provided to a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha by the Army, responding to an application filed in a plea seeking rank promotion for women Army officers. The court has now directed the results of the board to be placed before it and listed the matter for further hearing on January 30th next year. The Supreme Court has observed that a High Court does not have the power, even under Article 226 of the Constitution or Section 482 of the CRPC, to direct the investigation to be conducted in a particular manner. The bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and Vikram Nath observed this while considering an appeal against a direction issued by a division bench of the Calcutta High Court. While disposing a bail application filed by an accused allegedly involved in the misappropriation of public money, the Calcutta High Court had observed that whatever further investigation is to be carried out must be completed by 31st October 2022, after the expiry of which the petitioner shall automatically be released on the following terms and conditions. The Supreme Court of India has granted bail to a convict named Farooq, sentenced to life in the Godhra carnage case, considering the fact that he has undergone 17-year sentence and that his role was of stone pelting at the train. A bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha passed the order in an interlocutory application filed by him in the appeal pending in the Supreme Court. The crime took place on February 27, 2002, resulting in the killing of 58 persons in a fire inside the S6 coach of the Sabarmati Express, which was carrying car sevaks from Ayodhya. The Godhra carnage triggered communal riots in the state of Gujarat. In an important ruling, the Supreme Court of India has held that direct evidence of demand of bribe is not necessary to convict a public servant under the Prevention of Corruption Act, and that such a demand can be proved through circumstantial evidence. A constitution bench of the Supreme Court led by Justice S. Abdul Nazir and also comprising Justices V. Ramasubramaniam, B.R. Gavai, A.S. Bopanna and B.V. Nagaratna said that the proof of demand and acceptance of illegal gratification can also be proved by circumstantial evidence in the absence of direct oral or documentary evidence. No case is too small for the Supreme Court, said the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, while asking if we do not act in matters of personal liberty and grant relief, then what are we doing here? Incidentally, the Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju had commented recently in the Parliament that the Supreme Court should not be hearing bail applications and should instead hear constitutional matters. The Chief Justice of India's comments, which might come across as a probable response to the Law Minister's statement, came while hearing a case in which a person has been ordered to undergo consecutive sentences to the tune of total 18 years for the theft of electricity. The Kerala High Court has dismissed the application filed by Kiran Kumar, the convict in the Vismaya dowry death case, seeking an interim order for suspension of his 10-year sentence. The application was moved in a criminal appeal against his conviction and sentence handed out in May this year following his wife's death under mysterious circumstances after she had complained of dowry harassment. The division bench comprising of Justice Alexander Thomas and Justice Sophie Thomas observed that taking into account the nature of accusations, seriousness of the offence and also its social impact, this is not a fit case warranting suspension of sentence. The Delhi High Court has reserved judgment on a batch of petitions challenging the central government's Agnipad scheme and seeking resumption and enrollment as per previous recruitment scheme in defence services in the country. Additional Solicitor General Aishwarya Bhati, appearing on behalf of the central government, told a division bench of Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad that the scheme is making a paradigm shift in recruitment of the armed forces. A Delhi court has granted interim bail to student activist Umar Khalid for a period of 1 week in the larger conspiracy case of the 2020 Northeast Delhi riots. Khalid had sought the interim bail to attend his sister's marriage ceremony. Additional Sessions Judge Amitav Rawat passed the order but made it clear that the interim bail will remain subject to conditions. The FIR being proved by the Delhi Police Special Cell invokes various charges under different provisions of the Indian Penal Code as well as the stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act against the accused persons. The Karnataka High Court has granted interim relief to Congress leaders Rahul Gandhi, Jairam Ramesh and Supriya Sharante in the FIR registered by music company MRT Music over the alleged copyright infringement by the use of the song from the Kannada movie KGF Chapter 2 in the promotional video for the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The court stayed the investigation in the FIR until the next date of hearing. A single bench of Justice Sunil Dutt Yadav passed the order after hearing the arguments of senior advocate A.S. Ponnanna on behalf of the petitioners. Thank you. Keep watching Courts This Week on LiveLaw for more such updates. See you next week.